It's very clear in the rules. The photo that you submit...
So it's a disadvantage?
No, actually it has all the advantages.
Well, I mean,
the photo that you submit on your own is the one that's being judged, not taken by somebody else. It's taken by you, so you have nobody else to blame except you.
So they're saying that with limited resources, they can only afford so much. They can't even afford. I mean, they can afford PG, MG, paint, and all that. I guess compressor, airbrush. I mean, that's
true.
That's fucking expensive, though. But they can't afford a phone. I'm sure their wife, their sister, their mother.
Yeah, somebody has a phone. And here's the thing, it's also in the rules. You cannot Photoshop it.
Don't Photoshop, exactly.
The most you can do is, I think, brightness adjustment. That's it. And everything that I took in this one, I took it here. The only thing I spent on was a piece of black cloth that cost me $300 for the background.
300 pesos.
So again, if you're talking about advantage, very simple. Everybody now has a camera phone. Everybody has a digital camera.
Everybody takes good photos.
And why are there professional photographers then that you pay a lot of money for? Since any idiot can take a photo. So again, that's where it's not a matter of equipment. If you have an eye for photography, you already have an advantage right then and there.
There you go.
If you are horrible at photography, there's nothing I can do.
Okay. Alright, so, after all the backlash, after all these comments, you actually won.
Yeah, the first time, we were surprised when we won.
I actually witnessed him painting the kit, doing the electronics board on this actual diorama that won the Philippines. So, walk us through the pain, the hardship, how many hours, and yeah, just walk us through this winning piece. It was built here.
It was built here, yes.
I saw it.
It was built here, yes, that is very, very true.
Wow.
That's again, that's what people keep asking the foreign champions. How do you do it?
How do you do it?
Oh, wait. My first advice would sound horribly cliche and very, very corny. It's all about the concept. Again, concept my ass. What concept are you talking about?
Exactly.
So, in our 2 years of winning, here's what I can tell you right now. You will never win if you have a Bandai action base to prop up your work. That never wins.
Is it safe to say that you'll never win if you just have a hanger?
Here's the thing also, that's why it's called concept, the idea in your head. The idea in your head. I'll put it as something that most people can understand. Okay, the malls that we have here, they're always looking for a new concept. What does that even mean? So new concept could mean, number one, I'm the first to bring in Turkmenistan dishes, a Turkmenistan restaurant. The mall would love that because it's new. I haven't seen it. So if I were to go right now and tell SM, say, I would want to open up a hobby model studio right there, they will tell me yes, because
nobody's done that before.
Nobody's done it before, yeah. That we will accept students to paint and all of that. They will automatically say yes. These are the space available. So again, concept means your idea that's in your head that hopefully nobody has yet.
Yeah.
So that's the most important part. So again,
but excuse me for saying this, but the funny part is you enter the portal and then the under 20 enter the portal and then some other countries enter the portal.
Yeah, so I don't know. I could only contribute that to the global worldwide information collective that hey, maybe we all had the same good idea at the same time. But but the thing is, the portal that I saw for the other countries didn't win.
Isekai,
the under 21, which is our good friend Don and Nicole Soratos, that was horribly just pure coincidence.
There we go.
We didn't talk about it. I mean, we're friends and everything, so we talked about joining GBWC, her under 20, me over 21. We had a few drinks at his place several times, and then of course we tend to talk about the future. I had no idea she was going to do a portal. I had no idea she was going to use a Nightingale either, because she doesn't really talk too much. It's the dad who does all the talking.
Yeah.
So again, the portal idea for me is like, again, concept wise, Gundam in a hanger. That's a concept that's been done to death. The best advice I got actually from Don. He's told me that, say, it's, again, he's actually the first Bakuk before Bandai Action something category. Before GBWC there was Bakuk. There was Bakuk. So
where
he was
this
the first
guy who keeps changing figures and skin tone goes around the world.
So anyway, he was the first champion for that one.
Yeah.
And then he told me something that's very, very profound. You enter a red Sazabi, no matter how nicely it's made, Kawaguchi has seen 1,000 of these things.
Exactly.
So it doesn't stand out. I mean, red Sazabi, big deal. Red, blue, white R78, big deal. Like big whoop. I mean, that's what people do day in, day out in this hobby. So if you want to do something like that, it has to stand out. So how do you make it stand out? Number one, this is the part where you try not to copy anybody. Or the other one is what I did with my entry here. Well, again, Red Nightingale, big whoop. Everybody knows what a Red Nightingale is.
Screen, yeah,
this one. But what I did is I scribed a lot more details into it, especially on this part, because when you buy it, it doesn't have any of these lines. It doesn't have any of this color separation. None of that. So I spent a lot of time scribing it. So again, scribe Nightingale, big whoop. Somebody's done that already. I think the Hong Kong champion of 2017 had a big super kit bash Nightingale. So, but it's just one part of the kit. The portal wise, that idea I've been wrestling for a while because I know I didn't want to do a hangar. I didn't want to do a Gundam in a forest. Gundam in a battle ruined city, that's already a done deal. Again, we've seen that done to death over and over and over again. It's nothing new.
Ever since we were younger.
Yeah. So my idea for this was, fantasy is my actually other, I won't call it strong suit, but we grew up with Lord of the Rings and all that. So again, I know what Warhammer is. So playing Magic cards, that's the other fantasy, the gateway. So Magic has a lot of portals.
Yeah.
So you try to take inspiration from out of the box. So I took my inspiration for this one from my fantasy background. You who has a, background in paleontology can do a Gundam with dinosaurs.
Exactly.
Something like that. That's never been seen before as well.
Never been seen.
Yes.
Gundam with dinosaurs, consider.
If you're old enough to remember a show called Dino Riders, actually,
Dino Riders.
Actually, at one point, I wanted to do something like that.
T-Rex guy.
Yes, but again, the Gundam riding a dinosaur kind of sounds ridiculous. But then again, not really. Optimus Prime did it.
Yeah,
he rode a dinosaur. So
in both the G1 version and the movie version.
Yeah. And if you look also at the past winners of GBWC, I think 2018. Hong Kong winner was a guy who made I have no idea what it was, but it looked like something from Mayverse Transformers. It looked exactly like that, and he won. Okay. He won champion.
Okay. Now, obviously, I've met a guy who's seen your work, a purist. We'll just call him Jeremy for now. Anybody who knows the lore knows that his entry transitioned with the portal from the RX-78 to the new Gundam to the high new Gundam. Is this something that's been done before? Personally, no, because the way that they transitioned it, if you look at the kit closely, the lower half is new and the Sazabi, while the upper half is actually a Nightingale and the high new Gundam, starting off here with the RX-78-2. With no magnetic coating. I think that was no magnetic coating. Anyway, again, it's all about your ideas coming through. It's all about something new, right? Sige.
That's for championship level, but again, let's put it in terms that most normal people can understand. If you have a chance to join GBWC, GMKC, any competition, you do so. And I think most people are not me, where I've already won twice. So
most people are like me.
Most people are like him. He actually, for a guy who has a 13,000 strong Gundam group, has never joined any competition. So next year is going to be his first. Just to be able to join and to have that experience of joining already puts you steps above just the guy who builds. Because again, you get to see up close what the other guys are doing. And yes, in this day and age of Facebook and Instagram, you can see what other people are building, but it takes, if that's the case, why don't we have Miss Universe just purely online?
Exactly.
because you want to appreciate the thing up close in front of you. No virtual anything can
Like,
give you that up close experience.
experience-wise, when you see a diorama with 12, 10, 7 kits, you can't really take a snapshot photo and tell a story with just one photo, one angle. You would have to see it with your own eyes.
I think also one of the biggest things that Bandai changed was, I think, not sure it was because of us with our follow-up questions, but this year when you submitted your entry, there was a text box there.
Exactly.
There's a text box there that's
describe your work.
Describe your work
Exactly.
in 2,000 characters.
So
that's a lot.
People who don't know this, you might
people who didn't enter will not know this.
exactly. You need to expect this next year. So if you're gonna come up with your Gunpla, your diorama, prepare for your mini article or essay wherein you describe your work.
I think that is actually a very, very good idea because before in GBWC, when Kawaguchi comes, he of course goes and takes a look a lot. That entries that he knows that are contenders, he will actually talk to the person who made it. So you have to be present during judging on a Saturday, just in case he has his translator come up to you and say, "Oh, tell me a little bit more about your work," and it cannot be just 1 or 2 sentences because most people, again, it's also, if you want to talk about unfair advantage, I write amazingly well.
Exactly.
I write for C Magazine. I write for Top Gear. I had my own magazine before. I edited the Voltus 5 book. So
I saw this video with PT before when he was younger.
Yeah. So if you want to talk about unfair, that is the biggest unfair advantage I have pretty much with everybody. I know how to write very well, and 2,000 characters is not a lot. It's about 500 words.
Right.
That's easy for me to type out in an hour.
Okay, now let's move on. Now that you've shared, again, Sidney Ang will represent the Philippines in GBWC World 2023. Do you honestly think that you can get a place in GBWC 2023 this year?
I'll be happy with 3rd.
So he thinks he can get a place.
I'll be happy with 3rd. But if not,
we've seen some of the competition.
I've seen some of the competition. Yeah.
What have we not seen so far?
I've not seen what Japan has because Japan is the last leg. I think they have their finals just first week of December, and the Worlds will be December 16th. Exactly. I've not seen what China has done. But I can tell you
it's not bootleg.
I can tell you right now, the contenders I've seen so far, Thailand is one. I actually know the guy, Jumrim. I talk with him a lot, yes. And it's a recent development last night. Maybe it's development.
We'll put that on screen. Skip to the part.
Where is it? There. The Singapore champion made a group chat for all of us named GBWC 11 Champs.
Wow,
and
champs.
Inside we have David Yu, that's Singapore champ.
Yeah, Singapore champ.
Jackie Wong, that's Australian champ. Putra, that is Malaysian champ. That's me, and then that's the Korean champion.
There you go.
We're waiting for the Hong Kong champion to answer, actually. And the European and the American champion, which America, by the way, has their competition, I believe, end of November.
Good luck.
So this is actually a new thing, so he added me, and we're all talking about it, and we're all excited. So when we get there, we're not going to be complete strangers.
Okay. Regardless of what happens during GBWC World, will you still compete in GMKC next year?
That's a
contest?
stupid question. Of course we're competing.
There you have it.
Because nothing sounds better than 2-time champion and 3-time champion.
What about GBWC?
That's GBWC. GMKC we're competing.
Okay, GMKC.
GMKC this year actually, the guy who won last year's GBWC, my studio person, won 2nd place in GMKC this year.
There you go.
So then 2 of my other artists got consolation prizes, I believe 4th and 7th place. So this year, no, not this year. Next year, we'll be joining both GMKC and GBWC. We already have, as early as now, we have plans on what to join. So
good.
Let's talk about strategy.
Okay, good that you mentioned that, because one of my best friend, Attorney Glimeran, actually asked this question. See, Attorney Glimeran asked this question: what are your plans for GBWC 2024? Anong gagawin natin? I mean, what is the plan there? I mean, can you give us a glimpse without giving us too much?
That's easy.
Oops, naka-plastic. Green news ba yan?
No, I actually managed to find some guy who
has the sticker?
Yeah, who bought this long time ago, has the sticker.
I saw you, Banshee that has a sticker.
This will be my entry next year, GBWC. Just one of. So for the rest of it and how it's going to be made, you stay tuned.
Because everybody loves the ashtray. Okay, so
no idea. For GBWC, for GMKC, we already pretty much mapped out what we're going to join. So all I can say is number one, size matters.
Well, me being a fan and all, how does it feel to win twice back to back, sir?
First time was, we started our studio in 2021. Let's go back to that story because I never got to finish.
Let's go.
So me and my friend Israel started a studio called MAC, Microcosmic Arts and Crafts Studio. So he wanted to do Warhammer, I wanted to do Gundam. We actually end up doing quite a bit of Gundam. One of our first customers was actually my brother-in-law, who was actually a secret Gundam fan, which I didn't know. So that was that's very, very good because we were never really friends before I got married. But when I found out that he liked Gundam and I liked Gundam,
connection.
So instantly we were
new type experience,
yes,
right? Exactly.
So from then on, I like to think that we're really, really good friends now. Exactly. After now, and even calls you from time to time. I call him from time to time, and now we enjoy each other's company. So we ended up doing that. But that studio lasted about 6 months because he uprooted himself and then went to the province to be a farmer. But that idea stayed with me. My biggest takeaway from that studio is from the business ends, we joined toy shows. So the first one was at SMX, and we joined the ones in Mega Mall and all of that. I cannot help but to think how to monetize it. So
exactly. You're one of the very few persons that I know that figured out a way how to monetize Gunpla kits, build Gunpla kits, without selling the actual kit first.
And not the first one to do it.
You're not, okay?
Yeah, but so my biggest takeaway from that one, from a business end, that if we were just displaying. My biggest takeaway from joining these toy shows is that number one, how do we make money out of this? I mean, we like to do it, so there's got to be some way how the people
pay us to do it. Somebody who likes it.
Yeah, exactly. That will throw money at us. I thought about for displaying. Here are the model kits that we made, and you can message us for commission work and all of that. But surprisingly, it wasn't that. It was that people need the display cabinets.
So this gave birth to this brand called
Thisplay.
Thisplay.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
That's the biggest takeaway. Because everybody that I talked to during the first few shows is like, they're almost always with the wife or the girlfriend. Where are we gonna put that?
Exactly.
They're like, huh?
All right. So, my bro, my best buddy, I talked to his younger brother. His younger brother is a collector as well. I said, why'd you stop collecting at one point? He says like, where do I put it? Yeah. Exactly, and that is the solution that Thisplay provides.
That's the one that I figured out that might work, and then I have the same problem. Where do I put it?
It's everybody's problem. I
went around looking for a nice display cabinet. And then, of course, I think everybody's heard of the IKEA, the Dolphin now. So I bought a few. Actually, I have two. I'm not very happy with it because number one, it's kind of short.
Yeah.
Number two, I can't adjust it. Yeah. And number three, it's kind of flimsy, actually.
And this is what Thisplay cabinet.
So this is where that the cabinet business was born. And right now we have two brands. From that, it's an online thing. We grew to 2 branches because the wife. It's not inconsistent, but during the pandemic, when IKEA was opening here in the Philippines, they gave us a slot.
So, GBWC Worlds, you will be representing the Philippines because you won twice back to back.
Yes.
Are you feeling confident? I mean, you're flying to Japan, obviously, alongside Nico Soratos, who's our under 20 champion.
Yes.
Tell us more about it. You're going to Japan when?
The Worlds will be actually on the 16th, I believe. So it's almost every Sunday, and they will have a live webcam broadcast of the festivities, which we saw last year. There's a Japanese host and everything. Then they'll flash the entries and all of that. Then they'll announce it. It's like we should have. It's a 2-hour event.
Can you pick a piece of Kawaguchi's hair, keep it for me, put it in a plastic bag? And
you know, not much, but anyway.
yeah. So good luck with that. I hope you wave our banner just like when you wave your trophies when you won it twice. Much love from the Philippines community.
I'm not the first Philippine champion. That honor belongs to Mark Medjavilla back in 2018, I believe. He went to Japan. He went to Japan, yes.
Also belonged to one of the guys that we know, actually, with a small trophy back then.
So anyway, Nico Soratos has the potential to be the first ever. No, that's already been done. The under 20s was won by a Japanese named May. She retired when she turned 21. So if she continues, she has the distinct possibility of being the very, very first world champion who's a female.
And who moved from one category to the other.
Wow. Yeah, who did not retire.
Exactly. So, amazing stuff. Obviously, something to look out for, something to watch out for. One more thing. Let's talk about the champion's mindset of obviously two-time champion. So, can you give us some tips for people who want to join number 1 GMKC and then number 2 GBWC? Run us through it.
Let's go back to sport because I think everybody knows sports. You cannot play basketball and then join a league from the get-go. I mean, everybody knows how to play basketball.
I guess.
The same way that everybody knows how to assemble a Gunpla kit. But not everybody from that stage 1 is good at it.
Not everybody's good.
You can play, but you're not good.
So how do you get good?
Well, how do you get good? Well, very simple. Play against other people. So then from that one, you start playing with your friends. And if you're like 5 friends, automatically in one game, you will know if you're better than, if you're the best one among 5, if you're better than the other 2 people or somewhere in the middle, you already have a judge of that one.
Okay.
The nice part about Gunpla is, it is a skill that you can learn. It is not innate. It's not like being an artist. I mean, here's something that people, I'll tell people right now, I can't draw for shit.
But you're an engineer.
I can draw with a ruler, I can draw with a protractor, I can come up with engineering plans. But if you ask me to draw your face right now, I can't do it. I simply don't. People who are naturally born artists, which actually is what I look for in my studio. My interview process in my studio is a little bit different from every other interview. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what school you went to. I'll give you a piece of paper and tell you, okay, like the last hire I got. Which anime do you like to watch? He said, oh, I watch Spy Family, I watch Attack on Titan, I watch this, I watch that. Okay, good. Draw Eren Yeager. No hesitation. She took the pen, drew him out.
There you go.
Then you're hired.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
So that's step 1, meaning that you have to have some affinity, not skill, affinity towards it. So you said to yourself a while ago, you're a very good straight builder. So you master the basics. Number 1, you know how to sand the nub mark until it's gone. You know how to cut it properly. Assemble.
When I said straight builder, it means I'm straight and not the guy that gave it.
Yes, you're not.
Go. Continue with video number 2.
So it again, if I give my kid the kit, she'll build it horribly because she can't cut it correctly. Versus you can actually, that's step number 1. You have to be able to build cleanly from the start. So meaning no nub marks, very clean build, no broken parts. That's step 1.
But for you to master no nub marks, it also requires the right tools.
Yes. Which right now, in this day and age, we have a very, very big advantage called Shopee and Lazada. If you're in America, it's called Amazon.
Exactly.
Before, you have to go to a specialized hobby store, which you might not have in your little tiny hometown.
Exactly.
You don't have access to it.
Like yes. 8,000 pesos. But the thing is, they're worth it.
They're worth it.
They're
Very
worth
simple.
it.
I have a pair of God hand nippers here. This is my third pair actually, because I broke the first two. And for the life of me, when I started this, a nipper that's $3,000, that's $60. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell?
But when you nip and when you cut, you know it's good.
Now it's
you
good.
know it's good.
Now you know. Oh, this is why.
Oh, that's why.
This is why, and it saves you a lot of time.
Exactly.
From sanding. So you have to master the basics first. If you can't do that, don't even think about joining a competition. So the next step is painting.
Painting.
This is actually the big hurdle. Watch all the YouTube channels that you can. The painting process is the same. When people tell you to prime it, you prime it. And primer is not because most people will tell you, oh, you prime it because you want the paint to stick to the thing. So it's basically like a layer between the plastic and the paint itself. No, primer is actually still paint.
It is.
It is still paint, but there are some paints, like say silver. I don't care who makes it. If you spray silver directly onto bare plastic and then you put a masking tape over it and then you rip it off, it will come off because the thing is not designed to etch and stick to the plastic. So that's what the primer is. And the other purpose for primer is to say you want to change the color of the blue, you want to change it to yellow. You cannot spray yellow directly on blue, it'll come out to be green.
Exactly.
So you need a neutral color, which is almost always gray or black. You will need a neutral color, which is almost always gray or black to work with. So for the colors to come out, and okay, you have two pieces. One is primed in gray, one is primed in black. You spray blue on both. This will come out to be the natural color, and this will come out to be a dark blue. So that by itself gives you color separation.
Nice.
So you have to master those skills. By mastering, you don't have to be an expert in painting. If you can paint a part once and do it correctly, every other part is completely the same.
Well, I find it challenging, like masking on top of freshly painted or freshly primed plastic.
Then you let the thing dry for 6 hours or half a day. So for most people out there who build, you can prime tonight, go to your work tomorrow, come back the next day, and it's completely dry. It's fine.
Similar to Sidney Ang's story, that's the same story that Don Soratas told me. Prime tonight, come back to it later.
Yeah.
Don't try to hurry the kit.
Yes. Don't rush it.
If you rush it,
it's gonna get fucked up.
Exactly.
And I am, by nature, I'm a impatient person. I want to do it right here, right now. But building Gundam has taught me that yes, you can't rush it. Do other stuff.
Exactly.
Come back to it.
It's about patience. This hobby is about patience.
Yes, and that's why time is the biggest investment you can throw into a hobby like this.
I mean, you could have all the money in the world, but if you don't have time, I suggest you click on this link below, go to Hajime Model Studio, have them build and paint the kit for you, build a diorama for you. But let's talk about your businesses and supporting the community. I think you have two businesses that actually support the community. One is the display cabinets. Tell us more about display cabinets. Available here in the Philippines? Is it available elsewhere?
No, it's no. People ask me, is it your own design? Yes, it's my own design. But again, it's a cabinet. You can't patent it. I mean, a cabinet is a cabinet. But the way that I figured it over the years that people want the shelves to be adjustable. So I'm the only cabinet maker that can and has it adjustable without any visible slots. We have a standard mirror back because a lot of times, even if it's not done up, you buy a Optimus Prime.
You can see the back.
The back is horribly nice, very very nice with all the details. So yes, so you can see both sides of your collection at the same time. And then we have several sizes also. We deliver mostly within Luzon, so Metro Manila, Cavite. We deliver as far as Baguio and Quezon, so that's pretty much it. And that started out as literally a side business. Did not throw a lot of money into it. We have jewelry stores, so we already know the connections for woodworking. So we know where to get the laminated, MDF sheets. We know where to get the glass from. it's, again, maybe because of unfair advantage of who I am and what I do or what my family does, but it's not something that is hard for me to do. I mean, I designed it, I made a prototype, it's repeatable, and that's it, and people like it.
There you go. Hajime Model Studio, is it only restricted to Warhammer and Gunpla body kits?
No, actually, we've had over our 2 years of existence pretty much anything under the sun that requires painting. We did 3D. Some person sent us 3D printed Sephiroth. We painted that. Some person sent us a very, very old 80s Nausicaa Valley of the Wind,
wow,
Japan resin kit.
Wow,
we painted that too. Some person sent us Genshin Impact.
Wow, okay.
Anything that requires painting and artistry, we pretty much do.
So we're talking here about, obviously, if you've seen this video, you've seen the only guy that does Voltes 5 diecast restorations.
Yes, that's the other one also. I personally do diecast restoration for the old.
Obviously, you also do, if you're familiar with his videos, you've seen that he's the only guy in the Philippines that does Voltes 5 full diecast restoration. Walk us through that.
Like this one, this is a current work in progress. Somebody sent me a really old Voltes 5 kit here, so he wants everything redone, and I'm the only person who actually bothered to research enough to produce my own era's accurate sticker. I was very fortunate enough to find somebody who has technology from the 70s who makes this exact same kind of sticker exactly the way they made it back in the 70s. So these are 100% accurate reproductions of the stickers that was on the original toy. So I'm the only person who has this.
Again, now we talk about restoration. Of course, we're all children inside. Transformers, something that you do?
I've restored an old Optimus Prime which has the broken leg, but generally we don't really do that because I think the trend now that is into is they want whatever Transformer they have to look less plasticky. So we're starting right now, aside from doing Gundam, I've had one of my artists do a complete recolor of a Bruticus into real military colors, khakis, browns, and all of that. So it's this one here, right here. So this is the finished product from this to this.
Is it safe to assume that you would still accept commission where it's just full restoration for Transformers enthusiasts out there?
For Transformers restoration, actually, here's the thing. It's my advice. Don't bother restoring. Buy something that is complete to begin with.
There you go.
So there's, again, I think this was supposed to be way back then when I was doing my Voltes 5 restoration all those years ago. Some smart ass asked me, what's the value of the Voltes 5 after you restore it? Does it go up or down? I answered it very simply. Anything correctly restored gains in value. Just look at all the restored cars out there. So that's the easiest way. Correctly restored, the value will go up. It is not as expensive as, of course, finding something original, mint in the box sealed for the last last 40 years.
Yeah.
It will not be that expensive, but it will definitely be more expensive if you sell it compared to something that's beaten up.
Exactly.
So as far as restoration goes, we take a very, very selected view on restoration. We do Voltes 5. We're doing Daimos right now also.
Wow.
We've had one guy who sent us like 3 Daimos. One was okay, missing stuff. 2 were really, really bad. So we chopped up all the parts and then we're able to give him 2 really good Daimos restorations. The Deluxe DX1 back in the 70s.
Deluxe DX1. Original. Wow.
Original, yes.
Hard to find. That's why he bought 3. He wanted somebody to do it. Exactly.
So he wanted 2 good ones.
For people who are curious where Hajime Model Studio is situated, where are you guys located?
The studio is located in Granada Avenue. That's in New Manila, Green Hills. And we're open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 7. You don't have to come. We like it when people come to the studio, but if you want to have your Gundam built, there's Grab right now, which again, a few years we didn't have. So with everything that's happening right now, we have Shopee, we have Lazada, which is basically our Amazon here in the Philippines. We have Grab. We have access to keys like this for zurc paints. The guy is on my messenger. I give him a list right now at 7:30. So give me 5 whites, 10 blacks, 3 metallics, 3 grays, and all that. In 1 hour, it should be here.
Exactly.
The hobby right now of model making has never had so much support.
Exactly.
Easily, like even 3 years ago.
Well, I guess we're lucky that we're living in the Philippines because you have unlimited resources. Wherein, with the tap of a button, with the click of a button, with a single message, you just wait. That's what he's trying to say. You just wait 1 hour, everything goes to you.
We're in a unique position as far as Gundam is concerned because number one, we're a majority English-speaking country.
Yeah.
So number two, we're very close to Japan.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours away by plane.
Making it less expensive.
Yeah, making it less expensive. And two, we have access to pretty much even Bandai stuff. There's always some retailer out there who buys it from Japan, ships it here, in the hopes of selling it, and it not horrible markup price. So that's the unique advantage then for other people aside from the world that, again, we speak English, so most of our videos are subtitled in English, easy for people to understand and to access.
Exactly. So I guess that's it for Gunpla TV. Again, wish us luck. Again, it's not me, it's not one guy. This guy, Hajime Model Studios, Sidney Ang, is representing the Philippines for GBWC World. Good luck, and I hope we win.
I hope we win too.
All right, thank you.